All right, here we are. Show of hands hangout number 12.
12.
12. Uh, we have two new people and one who was on for the first time last week, which is still pretty new.
Been on Show longer than we have.
But he's been on Show of Hands longer than we have. Combined. Maybe, I don't know how long Nemesis has been on, but longer than the other three of us combined.
I've been on since October of last year.
Oh, we started at the same time.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, I think you might still have all of us combined beat. I'm not sure. Either way.
What's that, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I found out about it because I saw on the internet when Tony first started it and so when the app first came out, you could hardly do anything on it at all, and you couldn't put any polls on, only he could, and then and so it evolved from there. It was a lot of fun.
I know, and then he gave us too many freedoms, and now look at us. Now look at us.
Renegades.
Okay.
All right, so I'll have everyone quick introduce themselves. Say as much about yourself as you like or as little. Sorry, real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, say as much or as little about yourself as you like, starting with, but make sure you say who you are on the app and what you want us to call you here if it's different from that. Start with, are you?
Beardman.
I'm RU. I currently live in Maryland, and I've been on the app for like a million years, and I enjoy it. Is I supposed to say anything else?
No.
My color is blue.
You want us to call you RU, even though the full username is...
You can, yeah, we'll just go with that for now.
Okay.
I won't accidentally call you guys by your actual name because I'm an idiot.
Whatever.
We do it too.
I'm going to call you Beardman.
That works, actually. That's fine.
Okay.
Nemesis, you're up.
Oh, yeah, I'm just Nemesis. My trolling really speaks for itself. I mean, if you haven't been pissed off at something I've said, then you're really hard to offend.
I'm going to say I'm pretty hard to offend, and I feel like we've had a couple discussions. Although I guess nothing angry one way or the other.
Nemesis, I have a question for you. Is
Yeah.
your on fire at your house, or is it really smoky in there?
Oh, no, I was smoking.
Oh, no, but just in the background, it looks really hazy. I wasn't sure if
Might be camera.
Oh, it's a camera. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, smoke was coming right from the camera.
Oh, yeah, see, there it is. All right, yeah, we're good. Sure. I have phone calls for you.
Nope. Pants on fire. Liar, liar. Already.
Hey, hold on. I'll stand up and show you my pants.
No,
all right,
that's
they're
cool.
not.
That's cool. We're good. I'm just kidding. So you want us to call you Nema, or
Nemesis, Nemi, Nema, whatever works.
cool? Right on. All right.
Zach, you're up.
I'm Zach. I'm Zach1018 on the app, and you can call me Zach. I've been on the app for like, oh boy, like 2 months maybe. Not long at all.
Yeah, I think you joined after I did, yet you have like way more followers.
I don't have that many.
You still have more than I do.
How many? Hold on, I'll check this. I'm gonna.
Well, because you did your 200th follower poll already, and I was like, what the?
Wait, you don't have 200?
No.
All right, mine says I have 216.
Well,
I'll check how many you have. You might have more though.
I don't. I know I don't, or else I would have done my 200th poll follower.
You have 189, so we're not far from each other.
Fine. Just kidding. So, you want us to call you Zach? Anything else you'd like to divulge about yourself?
I guess I'm 19 and I'm a student at MSU.
Hey. You guys like to riot, no? I'm just kidding.
We like to burn couches, yeah. That's
They did it before it was popular.
Yeah, before. Anyway, also, I think you know Dr. Carpenter. I think you're lying.
Yes. I might.
You might know. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, he might know her too.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. We both look familiar to each other and we went to the same high school, but like a long time apart. I don't know. I'm Firefly5 on the app. I will go by any variant on that. My actual name's Gaichen, which is harder than my screen name, so I'm good with either. I'm in Michigan also, and it's cold here. I don't know. I started on the app apparently right around the same time as Nemesis.
I am Mama Pumba on the app. We know each other. And,
I would hope y'all know each other.
yeah. And for Michigan also, I joined a couple months ago. And you can call me Julie. Yeah, call me Julie.
All right. Like I was saying last time, it's easier to come up with would you rather questions than with kind of this or that questions. And they're more fun to do anyway. So I've got some would you rather questions and then a couple of discussion questions, and then I'll probably go back and do more would you rather questions, assuming that Nemesis can't throw that knife through the computer.
I can't throw a thing, but I've got a dartboard back there.
I would be really impressed if you could throw it over your shoulder and hit anywhere near the dartboard.
I would be impressed too.
Well said.
Alright, so we'll start. This one is from Danielac88. Would you rather not trim your fingernails for a year? And I think we're going to have to imply you can't, break them, whatever, either. They're just going to be a year's worth of long.
Yep.
Or not shower for 6 months. And I think there you imply no baiting of any kind. Start with Zach.
Boy. Well, how much is a year's worth of fingernails? Like, I mean,
I don't know. Do you want to find out?
Those ladies, and they like curl around. Like your nails, once they get to a certain point, they curl. I'm not kidding you. It's yuck.
well, would that happen in a year? Because I've seen like the world records, and they're all gross. But like, how much would you get from a year?
Well, I don't know. How often do you clip your nails right now?
I kind of like bite them, so they're just like non-existent all the time.
Well, I was gonna say because if I probably cut mine every week and a half because but I don't have long nails anyway. But I don't know. If I would feel like they would get fairly long.
I might go with the fingernails, just because not showering for 6 months would be seriously gross.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so he's going with the nails. What about you, Nema?
Actually, I'm about to look it up on the internet.
Do it. Josh?
The year-long fingernail growth, it actually looks really gross. I'm looking at a picture of it right now. I don't know if y'all want to see it.
Yeah?
Yeah, can you put it up?
Of course.
Oh. I experienced some interest. Hold on, let me get this image up.
You what now?
And this is what I found is year-long fingernail growth.
Oh, disturbing.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, honestly. I thought they were going to be a little longer and curly. Those look actually fairly nice. Like, they don't seem like all chipped and dirty underneath. You know what I'm saying?
But, I'll have to go counter to Zach on this one. I would totally rather not showering for 6 months simply on the sheer basis that those fingernails would get in the way of just about everything I do. I can stand stinking for a little while. That would bother me.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Beardman.
I would definitely go with the fingernails. I can't go for longer than 24 hours without showering. It bugs me.
You're so sensitive.
I know.
Well, just think he'd have threads hanging from his face.
Yeah, and food, you're like, oh. Yeah, no good.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what are you doing?
Fingernails.
Really?
Yeah. I don't have to spend much time thinking about that.
Really? Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with Nema. I think I'm not gonna shower.
Well, never mind. I won't say that.
Say it. Say it.
Mm-mm. No. Well, I've known you for a long time, and I know that you happen to be able to go for a long period of time without a shower, and it doesn't really affect you for whatever reason.
Superior
It's
genes.
true.
Yes.
It's true, seriously. She'll come back from running like 10 miles, and there'll be some sweat on her nose.
Right. And if I step outside to get the mail and come back in, I'm a sweaty mess and like I need a shower. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the shower.
The running thing is probably the biggest determining factor for me for why I am not going 6 months without showering.
Well, can we pick which 6 months? Because if it's like in the winter time, not sweating so much anyway.
I am.
When if we're marathon trading, well, but then if we're also marathon trading, that kind of.
What do you have to say, Grace?
I was like, "Who's Grace?" She licks herself all the time. She can't help it.
Yeah. Would you do your nails or go showerless? What do you do? Okay, well, get out of here. Really.
And I teach violin and piano, and I just couldn't do it. So anyway, next question.
All right. Facepalm asks, would you rather marry someone you did not love or even like and maintain relationships with your friends and family, or live with someone you love, no marriage, and be ostracized by everyone else in your world? Assume for this question that you're close with your family. Oh, I guess it says close to your family, which could be a location thing.
I'm assuming she means like.
I'm sure.
Geographically.
Yeah, I'm sure it's like it would bother you to not be with your family.
Right. Well, that can be tough.
And you're first on this one.
I'm gonna have to go with being with somebody I love. But again, I'm biased because, yeah, not a lot of people in my family I really want to do it. So, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Nema, you're up.
Well, I'm used to being ostracized. Let's face facts. I'm one of the most hated people in the community. So I would go with the love aspect. Aside from that, I've gone without my family for years at a time. I mean, I lived in Japan for 2 years. I had contact with them maybe once a year. So ostracizing myself and getting away from them to be happy with somebody I care about is kind of easy for me to do.
Zach.
This is a tough one. I like my family a lot.
And there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them, yes. A lot of people to not like me if I decided to run away with whoever this is.
Being not liked is really easy. Like, you just got to get used to it first.
Yeah.
Mystery person.
Shoot, it kind of depends. Like, it says that you did not love this person that you're marrying. You know, you're kind of in this, I don't know, almost like an arranged marriage sort of situation, but.
Or even like them.
You don't like them?
You don't like them.
Well, but does that mean that you like dislike them? Like, I don't. Like, I'm really right now like neutral towards my roommate. You know, I don't love him, but like I don't dislike him either. We could be friends and get married if we really wanted to, and we could build that relationship. Like, we don't hate each other.
I hated my freshman roommate.
So is it that kind of thing where I could like sort of get to know them and build a stronger relationship over time? Because I think I could manage that. But
you'd be good with marital relations with your roommate?
No.
Okay, so there's your answer to the question. There you go.
But yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, that's what I wondered too. Is it like, is there no chance that you would ever get to like them, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm assuming yes, because the question is posed in such a way that they want you to have to pick either lifelong misery with a partner, but you get to be with your family, or lifelong happiness with somebody, but you don't get to see your family. That's what it seems like.
If that's the case, and if it would be just this perpetual loveless marriage, then I'd have to go with marriage, just because that is so much more central to your life than your family or your friends once you are married.
How about you?
It's to me, it almost I'm not close with my family. Um,
Watch
and
how you answer. You're in slapping distance.
no, no, no. My answer works out really
That's
well
saved
here.
for later, Nema. Shh.
Uh, no, it's a hard one for me to imagine being close with my family. So to me, this question is almost like, were you happier when you were living with your parents or afterwards when you're married? And that's a really easy question for me to answer. And it would be even if she weren't sitting right next to me. Um, so yeah, I would rather be happy in my marriage and not have to not get to see my family than the other way around. I Yeah, that's an easy one for me.
Well, I totally get where Zach's coming from too. I like my family, and I, part of me is like, I don't know if I could. I don't know if I would pick somebody my family didn't like. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like in this question, they're ostracizing you because you chose to be with this person, and for some reason they dislike them that much that they'd be like, "Fine, you stay with them. You're done. You're dead to me."
Extrapolation of the question.
Well, that's just where I'm right there with Zach, where I'm like, I like my family, but I've lost friends over who I chose to be with, and I don't miss
Yeah, you
them.
did.
Don't care. I do not feel like I am missing out. I don't pine over this lost relationship. And ultimately, he is my family now. So if my immediate family they want to be jerks about it, then kind of sucks. But I would go for a loving marriage. So, but I still think that maybe if I disliked somebody, I could maybe like them enough.
Mhm.
But so it's a good thing we didn't have to choose.
Facepalm says an easy one.
Yeah, baseball.
No, no, no. This
I don't know if I like facepalm asking questions.
I do too. It says for candy canes, do you prefer traditional peppermint or non-traditional fruit/other flavor?
What just happened?
I'm not sure.
There's other candy canes?
Yeah, you never had
like-
like the blueberry kind and the you can buy a bunch of different flavors.
I
Yeah,
did.
they're awful.
I saw like Sour Patch, I thought, flavor one time.
Cinnamon ones, they have all sorts. Yeah.
Starburst.
That's true. Do people still put candy canes on their trees?
I'm still trying to convince my family to do so.
My family still does.
Okay.
The Christmas tree I'm staring at currently has no candy canes on it.
We'll probably put one up soon.
Yeah, we will once we get the space.
You gotta do a real or a fake?
This one's fake. All I can see is Nora pulling it down all over everywhere. I don't want to vacuum that. I just don't.
Nora is our not quite 2-year-old.
Yes. And we will probably have a layer of non-ornaments around the bottom because she will pull them off.
Wow.
So, okay. I would go with peppermint. Although cinnamon sounds pretty yummy, but I'm going with peppermint. And then the real question is, do you eat it from like the straight part or the jade part first? Anyways.
Oh, peppermint in the straight part for sure.
Yeah. Well,
Your face gets sticky.
could, and I could stick people with it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. If you get it the other way, your face gets sticky. I mean,
Well, you see, there's a trick. You take the J, you break it off, you eat that part first, and then you sharpen the other end into a shiv. Then you can stab people.
And then it's like all the evidence disappears.
Exactly, because you can eat it afterwards.
there
What?
you go.
No, you stab somebody. You don't eat that afterwards.
You wash it off.
It's just a little blood.
That's a perfectly good candy cane you're talking about.
All good.
I mean, that's deliciousness right there.
Little added flavor. Okay, Zach, what do you prefer?
I would have said peppermint, except a few years ago we got Jelly Belly flavored candy canes. And this is a game changer for me because I'm obsessed with Jelly Belly. Like you guys know the brand of jelly beans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jelly Belly. I'm obsessed with them. And the candy canes tasted like the jelly beans. Like
Where do you
and
find
they were really good. Hmm?
where do you find them? Where? What did you say?
But just
What?
You're,
You're choppy.
you're auto tuning.
I'm auto tuning.
What do you? I don't know. You're choppy.
What's going on?
I sort of hear you. Oh, okay, there it is. Where do you get your candy canes?
I don't remember exactly where we got them. It was just like your normal store, like Kroger or Costco or something.
Oh, okay.
We found them. We spotted them on the shelf, and they were amazing. And
Ooh.
I definitely prefer those over traditional.
All right, all
I
right.
eat them straight part first because it's just how it's done.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Okay. Did Nema answer?
Available on Amazon.
Amazon. There we go. Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Nema, did you answer? Do you like peppermint?
There he is.
Oh, there he goes.
Sorry, I got disconnected. I don't know what happened.
No, you're good. These things happen.
So, peppermint, did you answer?
You know, I would have to go with a fruit-flavored one.
Yeah.
Just the whole idea of, if I want a peppermint, damn it, I can go get a peppermint. But it's only one time a year they make fruit-flavored candy canes.
Well, you could say the same thing. If you wanted a fruit-flavored piece of candy, why don't you just go get a fruit-flavored piece of candy? No?
No! The whole idea of Christmas here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Shame on me. Oh, that's funny. Okay, what do you? Oh, you said peppermint.
Yeah.
That's right.
Although I might have to change that answer after.
We'll try these Jelly Belly ones, and Zach, if they're not as good as you say they are, you're gonna get pointy stabbed with the Jelly Belly one.
Okay. They're good. They're good.
All right.
You know, I love what Lynn says to Jack about the Jelly Belly candy canes. Apparently, he's got to try the Bean Boozled line of the game. It's like Russian roulette.
No, those are. My sister did that to me, and she's just like, "Oh, here's some jelly beans." I'm like, "Oh, thanks, little sister. You're so nice." And then they tasted like one of them was like sausage flavored, and one of them was like toothpaste and barf, and they were disgusting.
Yeah.
And they say it's like a 50-50 chance or whatever, but every single one was a bad flavor.
Nasty.
So someone else got a package of really good jelly.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know why I kept eating them.
They're so awful. Or
Stop the madness.
So we've just learned that Zach is an optimist.
Yes. I would have been right there with you too. I've been like, this one's gotta be. Oh no. Okay.
Did you say
He said peppermint.
I would go with the option of various flavors, which, although I abhor Cracker Barrel, if you go to the Cracker Barrel stores, they have a wide variety of the candy cane flavors.
I definitely just heard you say you had a whore at Cracker Barrel.
Well, that's a whole different story, but not like Cracker Barrel. I said abhor, but
Yeah.
I can see where you'd think. It sound like I had a whore at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
It just
go to the downtown Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, only the downtown Cracker Barrel.
And
It
I would like a side of 4 today. Thank you.
They got rid of the little peg jumpy games.
Yeah.
it actually had crack.
Yeah.
Inappropriate.
B-Dem Reach. It's Adam Breach, but the A and the B are transposed. Asks, would you rather be cold and have to warm up, or be warm and have to cool down? And you're up first, are you?
Beard man.
Oh, I would rather be cold than have to warm up.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
I love the feeling of being cold and like warming up. I'll leave my windows open in winter just so I can like wrap up in a blanket and feel warm like that. So definitely that.
My kind of man, Zach.
I
Yeah.
think that's just called living in Michigan, man. I'm right there.
What about you, Nema?
You know, I gotta say, I'd rather be hot and cool off because I live in Texas. I'm a Marine. I love tropical climates. If I need to cool off that bad, there is some water nearby I can go swim in. And it don't matter what I have on me or what I have in my pockets. I'm going swimming.
They're like alligators and crocodiles and such.
I ain't worried about that.
Texas?
All right, all right. I hate being hot. I hate it. So I will take being cold and having to tore up. I hate it. Makes me cranky. Can you tell? Just thinking about being too hot. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
I don't mind being too hot. It's not a problem for me, but I'd rather be cold and warm up. There's not a bad choice on this one for me.
There's nothing better than being cold and you're right, getting like all snuggy in a blanket and just being like, yes. Yes. It's like a hug. It's for
Really?
everyone.
Really is.
Would you rather, from the man, whom I'm sorry, there might be someone that everyone hates more than you, Nemesis, and if so, it's the man.
I've never run across this person.
I haven't either. I did a search for would you rather,
Hmm.
and this came up, and I thought it was funny. Would you rather live without punctuality or live without punctuation? You're first on this one.
Oh, punctuation. I cannot stand people who tell time. Just, you pick the time. You be there. You be there on time. Ugh.
Gosh, that match, you couldn't actually complete a full sentence.
Right.
See, punctuation. Who needs it for that? You don't. But I don't. Yeah, you're being on time.
Nemesis, you're up.
I got to go with her on this one. I mean, punctuality is important to me. I'm 15 minutes early wherever I go.
Deck.
I love both of those things so much. Probably, I think a world without punctuation would be easier. It would be very difficult to get anything done on any scale if just everybody was just kind of late everywhere, wasn't showing up. You could at least figure out what things mean without punctuation, somewhat. So I'd go with that.
I kind of feel like the world's already kind of there with the no punctuation. Well, it's,
Yeah, with all the texting and everything, and
yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Although you and I have been to Belize, and they don't really do so well with keeping time. They're like, oh yeah, we'll be there at noon.
yeah,
No, you weren't. We were sitting
Yeah.
outside on
it's
the
like
sand hill
there's
for
no
5
clocks or anything. It's just kind of like sometime today you do something, and then when the sun goes down, you go to bed, and that's that's it. That's the timekeeping.
Exactly. I know what Josh is gonna pick. I mean, Beard Man.
Yeah, you're right. I would pick punctuation because people get there when they get there, but I can't stand reading poorly written documentation. Right, nuts.
And I'm with you. I am. I know.
I
Part
must
of
leave.
that. Part of that. No, don't actually leave. Are you kidding me? Sit.
I have to pee.
Part of that.
What did you do?
I know. No kidding. I didn't know it was this important. Part of it has something to do with I do a lot of computer coding for work, and without punctuation, all of that fails right away. And I think almost all of my communication with most of everyone is written, and it would be really difficult to go through that without any kind of punctuation. It'd be like texting with your parents. You know what I mean? You know a sentence is over because it just stops being words. And yeah, I agree. You kind of get there when you get there. I think everyone would be annoyed enough that nothing gets done, that some people would just I don't know. I feel like we'd adjust
I think we adapt.
because we have to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, from a user whose name looks like Donut Motion, but it's really Donut Neon, whatever. It says, would you rather fight one hippo-sized hamster or 100 hamster-sized hippos?
That's a good.
Now I'm picturing a bunch of tiny little hippos biting at me.
Right.
You first, Beard.
Oh, I would go with the 100 hamster-sized hippos in a second. One hippo-sized hamster coming at me. I don't know. That's a lot of weight. I'll take the little tiny hamsters or hippos.
The question is, would you rather fight one hippo-sized hamster or 100 hamster-sized hippos? Little tiny hippos, this big, coming
Oh,
after
they're
you.
so cute. Did Beardman answer?
Yeah,
What did he say?
he's fighting the little mini hippos.
I'm taking on the little hippos.
That's cute.
What if they were rhinos?
I don't know.
Will that change your answer, Beard?
No, I still wouldn't because, man, if I had some boots on, they can't climb me because they're little rhinos. They can't climb. I just play soccer for a while.
Boot. That's funny.
No.
I gotta go with the hippo-sized hamster. I mean, imagine that skin on your wall.
You've got a spot for it, like right.
And it's not even like it has thick skin. The thing's still got hamster skin. You're not punching armor, you're just punching flesh. Done.
I got bit by a real hamster one time, and I think to myself, if that thing was a full-size, hippo-sized hamster that bit me, it'd be horrible.
Well, they never said I couldn't use weapons.
No, good
I
point.
could shoot it.
Well, if that's the case, shoot. Like, geez. Is this whose question was it?
Donut Motion.
What?
It's not really Donut Motion. It's Donut Neon, and it might not actually have been pronounced that way, but
I'm gonna go with that. You can't have tools or weapons. It's your
hand-to-hand.
hand-to-hand combat with this giant hamster or these little hippos.
You know, there are tribes in Africa that kill lions with bows and arrows. I'm going to take my chances with the hamster still.
All right. Zach.
It kind of depends also on the behavior, because I know hippos are very aggressive, so those little hamster-sized hippos would be coming at you. But hamsters, not so much. So, like, if this giant hamster is, like, coming at me, I'd probably take the hippos, because I could just kick him out of the way. But if it's, like, a normal hamster and it's just, like, chewing grass and like, walking around and doing its hamster thing and pooping and whatever they do, I think it'd be pretty easy to take it out. Like, when it's
Both have rabies.
What?
Assume both have rabies.
Both have rabies. Oh boy, that would.
But that's a game
I
changer.
want to, like, be wearing jeans and some boots and stuff so that they don't bite my leg.
Oh, if I don't get weapons, y'all don't get protective equipment.
Yeah, I guess if we're not giving him a weapon, you're fighting these things.
What's going on?
This sucks.
Yeah, man. Like, what the? That's not good. What are you doing?
Well, Zach didn't answer.
Oh.
Oh boy. Final answer's probably got to be the little ones, the hamster-sized hippos.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little person, and that would be a large hamster. Very large indeed. But he's got teeth for biting. That's all I can think of. All right, what are you doing, honey?
I think I'm fighting the little hippos.
But they're
I'm
oh,
not
have
sure,
you
though.
ever seen them? They are so
I know.
cute. You just want to pick one up and snug it.
They have rabies.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Ugh. I'm not bastards. I'm just
man.
kidding.
Imagine if I Am Legend would have taken place not in Manhattan, but, Africa, and you had the viral thing happen to the wildlife there, instead of just those Dobermans or whatever were running around that were all, angry and whatever. Imagine I Am Legend style lions.
Lions?
Or hippos.
Hippos.
It'd be brutal.
Yeah.
That'd be brutal.
Okay.
A couple discussion questions. From Party Free. Name your 3 favorite television shows that are no longer on the air.
Oh.
Start with Nema.
Give me a second. Hold on. Breaking Bad.
But that's no longer on the air? Where have I been?
Yeah, it stopped.
College, I think. There.
Whoops. I'll just crawl back under my rock then.
Yeah.
I gotta remember what I'm watching on Netflix and what hasn't posted a season in a while. How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah. That's a good one, yeah.
And The X-Files.
Oh.
Yeah, nostalgia right there, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow. I used to watch The X-Files in high school when I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I can't sleep. Let me watch Creepy Pants.
Oh, it had nothing to do with my mental state. I wasn't going to sleep anyway. But
Jeez.
at 3:30 in the morning, Sci-Fi Channel would play X-Files. And they'd play 3 of them in a row. It was great.
All right.
Netflix is way better.
No. What are you?
You're up.
Oh, I would go with Heroes, Fringe, and Twilight Zone.
What was the last one?
The Twilight Zone?
Oh, Fringe is done?
Fringe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Fringe has been done for a couple of years.
Oh, see? Whoops.
Never watched Heroes. I've watched the first episode 3 times. You've recommended it to me a couple times, and I think that's why I've watched the first episode a couple times, and I just haven't gotten around to seeing,
You have to watch it long enough for Siler to come in, who's Zach Quinto, and pretty amazing.
It's a lot more serious of a show than I think it is, isn't it?
It gets pretty serious. Yeah.
All right. Well, he'll have to prove you it first.
Yeah. Zach, you're up.
All right. Let's see. I'm not a huge TV watcher, but The Office is definitely one. I was just watching some episodes of that the other night. I loved watching that show.
Ended recently.
Okay, good. At least I don't feel so bad about that one.
And then Seinfeld. That one's not on anymore. And I don't know. There's all those cartoons from when I was a kid that I guess I enjoyed. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender. Let's go with that. That was a good one. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that or if that's past your time, but
My kids like it a lot.
it's a good show.
You just
I
called
think
it.
There's a newer Avatar out, but I've heard it's good because a bunch of people in college watch it because they all watched Avatar: The Last Airbender when they were kids. But I haven't seen it.
That we needed to do that. Yeah.
You're up. 3 shows.
I don't know. How I Met Your Mother. I liked that one. Hated the way it ended. That was horrible.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Ugh.
nobody wrote it for me. I haven't seen it.
Okay, I was just going to say, if anybody hasn't seen it and doesn't want to know, they should speak up.
But
Just watch everything to the last episode. You'll get it from there.
Just don't watch the last one.
Yeah,
you can watch the last one. You just have to turn it off 10 minutes before it's over.
Yeah, it's true.
that's true too.
I really liked Firefly. That was a good one. There were just so many unanswered questions that I needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
And another show. If if they could have kept going, I think, with Lost and not had it suck so bad at the end, I would have been interested because I still felt like there are a lot of unanswered questions in that one as well. But looking back, that was a really sad series, and I'm really surprised that I made it through all of that. So I'm just saying. I think that's about it. Yeah. How about you, honey?
I liked Firefly. I thought it was a great show. I really liked. There was a show on BBC called Hustle,
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
and it was all about just the long cotton. It was like it was a better version of something kind of Ocean's 11-y, but it was just these hour-long episodes, and you got tons of them, and it was much smarter. I don't know. It was very cool. Like it took, I think through 8 seasons, we figured out a handful of them before they started to wrap up the episode. But for the most part, it was really clever. It was really cool. So that's 2. And I'm not sure if I have a third. I Sherlock's not currently airing, but that doesn't count. I liked Lost a lot, except for the last season, but I feel like the last season only happened because they were ending it. I liked Psych.
Yeah, Psych.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Great.
Oh yeah.
Let's go with Psych.
What about Scrubs?
Scrubs was great.
Yeah. All right.
Yep. That's what I've got.
I'm going to have to bolt, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Glad to have you on.
Hey, thanks for being there.
Yeah. We'll see you soon.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. What? No. Did you? Yeah.
All right. K41 asks, you're on an elevator ride several floors up with just one other person who is a stranger. Are you more likely to strike up a conversation or remain quiet? You're up first on this one.
I'd probably stay quiet. I don't know. I really usually don't have much to say. If there was something that I wanted to say to them, then I would. But I wouldn't just be like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know what I mean? I wouldn't not talk to them, but I wouldn't go out of my way just for a few floors later to be like, "All right, see ya." You know? There was this really interesting social experiment that they did though, where when everybody gets in an elevator, they pretty much all stand the same way and they either look up at the numbers going up or they look down at the floor, or now they probably look at their phone or whatever. But somebody went in the elevator and when the doors closed, they turned around to face everybody, and it like really freaked everybody out because there's this person standing in the front of the elevator facing them. They didn't say anything, they didn't do anything, but they were just looking at them, and they're like, people were like visibly agitated that this person would do this, but I thought that was interesting. Anyway.
Zach, you're up.
I would say, well, the question asks if I'm more likely to strike up a conversation. So honestly, yeah, I'm more likely to just stay quiet. Every time I get in an elevator, I take a lot of elevator trips, and most of them definitely don't involve any conversation. But if I'm in, I guess there are some days where I'm just in a mood where I just throw my headphones on and just don't want to talk to anybody and just kind of go about my day. But then there's other days, where I kind of enjoy talking to people. And so if it's one of those days, yeah, I'd say I'd talk to someone. And if I knew them or if I had something, to say to them worthwhile, then I definitely would. I wouldn't be like too shy to or anything.
How about you, Nema?
Well, I mean, this is a perfect stranger to me. The only thing I'm liable to ask them is if they farted. Even if there's no smell or sound to be detected, you can really get a person off an elevator on the next floor if you ask them if they farted when nothing else is present.
Have you done that before?
I've done worse.
Did you fart?
Well, no.
Oh, boy. What's worse?
Well, we were at the courthouse, and my buddy was with me, and We were standing there in our suits, going down, about 3 or 4 other people in the elevator, and Buddy decides to go, well, dude, now that we're out of court, I'm going to ask you, why'd you kill all those people? I said, because they kept looking at the back of my head. And it was one of those mirror doors, so you could actually see people looking away.
Nice. That's funny. One time I was in an elevator, and right before I got out, I hit all the buttons as I left.
High five.
Were there just like total strangers in there?
Yeah. There's a whole elevator full of them, and I just, and I left. I was in a mood that day.
Sounds like something I'd do too.
Anyway.
I feel like I might try and mess with people a little bit.
Really?
Maybe. If it's a long enough elevator ride and they look a little nervous, I might mention something about
A little nervous.
how easy it is for the cables to snap or something. And I can throw out fun little things like, but what do I know? I'm just a physicist.
Yeah.
Because that's just fun.
Oh my.
No, I don't know. Could go either way. But I'm a quiet enough person to where I'm more likely to be quiet than to not, or than to start chatting up a stranger.
Yeah, it's true.
The only reason I ended up doing this show, there were a couple of us that were trying to put something like this together, and the most extroverted of our group couldn't make it work. And so then I ended up doing this as probably the quietest person in our group, but it's fun. Anderson B asks, would you rather be a really good dancer or a really good singer? And while I'm sure that all of you are already phenomenal dancers or singers, and singers, I should probably reword this as, would you rather give up being a really good dancer or give up being a really bad singer, or a good singer?
Why are we giving this up?
Because you're already a great dancer and singer.
No, that's lies.
Hey, Firefly, you got a little brown there, buddy.
Yeah. I think smoke might be coming out of his pants now,
Yeah,
too.
no kidding.
What do you think? Who you would rather be?
I don't know. I might rather be a really good dancer.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's just something you get more opportunities to do than to just bust out singing while at the DMV or something. I don't know.
DMV.
Although it would be more entertaining.
Oh my. Zach, you're going to be a tap dancer, aren't you?
No, yeah, not lap dancing. Technically.
Seriously, I was like, whoa, Zach, I had no idea, first
I
of
was
all.
talking about shoes, and by the way, lap dances are awesome.
Well, you said, and you can imagine how mesmerized I am by that. And I was like, I didn't know they made noises. And second of all, whoa. That was funny. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh boy, I don't know. I am somebody that dances and sings probably more frequently than the average person, and I'm not very good at either of them, which makes it fun, you know. So I'd probably take being a good singer, just because you can belt out Piano Man, and people will enjoy it rather than tell you to shut up. And I just think that would make my day to have somebody compliment my singing of a Billy Joel song.
There you go.
Perfect.
All right.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's the question?
Yeah.
You can be a good singer or a good dancer.
I'm not really good at either of those, but I would probably have to go with being a good dancer.
Yeah? Why is that?
I need a reason? I thought this was going to be just a quick answer.
Well, okay, quick answer. That's cool. All right.
No, I just have no purpose in singing. I wouldn't find it entertaining at all. At least other people would find my dancing entertaining, even if I look like a retard having convulsions.
But you're a good dancer.
Hey, maybe that's the style today.
Maybe it is. Maybe. Well, if fire is choosing dancing, then I think I would go with dancing so we could dance together. Because it'd be no good if you were a good dancer and I had two left feet. You know what I'm saying? Because then you'd have to go find somebody else to be a good dancer with, and that would be sad.
Well, it depends what kind of dancing.
Well, that's true. That's true. I like the costumes. I'm just saying.
You can wear a costume as a singer.
What? What?
Yeah, but it's not as much fun.
You could be an Elvis impersonator.
Could you see me being an Elvis impersonator? Like, how crazy would that be? I open my mouth and it sounds like Elvis. Who? Oh, jeez. Well, that's true. All right.
All right. Would you rather? This one's kind of fun. Would you rather be stuck listening to "It's a Small World After All" at a loud volume on repeat for 2 weeks straight in a small pitch-black room, equipped only with meager food rations and a toilet?
It sounds like torture. Like, don't
It
they
sounds
do
like
that?
working at Disney World.
I know. I seriously feel like that.
Yeah. Or be stuck in the same pitch-black room without the song for 1 day with a sleeping king cobra, which you can't locate, but it can locate you via its ability to sense body heat. Somewhere else in this tiny room, there's a vial of 24-hour antidote.
I'm not getting bit. That's all I know. I can sleep through a lot of stuff.
You can.
And
She slept through a day of labor.
I'm just saying. So I'm gonna be blasting It's a Small World because I don't like snakes at all. Like at all. And I don't want to get bit. Ugh. Okay.
Zach, you're up.
You said it was 2 weeks in the music room?
In the music room.
Yeah. I mean, you could sing along.
I could practice my singing.
You're very good at it.
And so, like the antidote situation, so I'd be like feeling around for this antidote while not trying to get bit by this king cobra.
Well, I mean, if the cobra doesn't bite you, you don't need the antidote.
Yeah, but who knows if it's in a foul mood?
Yeah, what if is it?
Oh, they said it was sleeping. Hold on now. Don't change the rules
So
midway.
it's sleeping for like the whole time unless
The
you.
cobra is asleep, but you're in there for 1 full day. So I don't know how long cobras sleep, but
I might go with the song just because I'm sure I'd manage to end up dead if I were with the king cobra. I'd be like fidgeting and accidentally kick it or something.
Practicing your dance moves and you accidentally hit the snake. Man, it's a bad day. Because you're dead.
It's a bad day. Well,
all right. What do you?
I'm taking the snake.
Really?
Yeah, I will be in a room with that snake because if it's not currently biting me, then it might be asleep. If I don't really go anywhere, I'm not going to wake it up. It wakes up on its own. If it wants to come bite me, then, once it gets me, I can kill it, and then I've got 24 hours. I don't know how painful it is, but whatever, who cares?
It's pretty painful.
Well, I'm okay with it. I've got a pretty good pain tolerance. I think I'd be able to... It's a small room. I feel like I could find that antidote fast enough to be...
But you got bit by a snake.
But I didn't have to listen to It's a Small World After All for 2 weeks.
Whatever. I think you probably start to enjoy it after a while.
After your brain collapses, just say it.
That's 336 hours.
Yeah.
That's not that bad. When you say it like that, it sounds short.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Only
That same song for an entire marathon.
Yeah, that's 4 hours.
So? 366, 4, it's like the same.
So run 90 marathons and listen to that. Nope.
Okay, you're
Taking
getting
the snake.
bit. Fine. What are you doing, Nema? He's going snake.
You know what? I'm going with the snake too. Because the sad fact remains that snake gets one bite because they latch on for a minute, take it, break it, look for that antidote as quick as I can,
Yeah.
I
And then you're out of the room.
well, they didn't
Well,
say you could leave.
No, but you're in there for a day. I mean,
Oh,
you're not in there for 2 weeks.
I was just gonna ask that if it bites you, does it have the because like some things, if it bites you or stings you, then it's done. It can't do it again. What if if it got loose again? Could it potentially bite you again?
Yeah, but you don't let it get loose.
Would it have Would it have venom the second time though, or does the venom take time to?
That's what I'm asking.
The antidote's a 24-hour antidote.
Well, no, the venom like hurts. The bite would hurt a lot. It wouldn't just be like, oh, drink the antidote, I'm all good. You know, it's not a painkiller. It would still.
Injectable. It's okay.
Oh man, I don't know. Zach and I we'll take our insanity for the two.
But I mean, if you're in that room and the snake, you know there's a snake that could bite you at any time. I mean, aren't you kind of on edge enough to know, like, if it bites you, that you're going to reach out and you're going to grab that thing and kill it? I mean, like,
Yeah, but that's the other thing is like, what if you go insane? Even if it never bites you, you could go insane just being on edge for 24 hours straight in a dark room.
that's true.
That could make you lose your sanity. Just as much as
For what, a week straight?
2 weeks.
Yeah, you know, in 2 weeks straight, it's just like, oh, I just got to wait this out and take a nap, and this music's kind of annoying, but, you know, I'll try to sleep through it, and it's all, like, predictable, and you're just kind of bored. But with a snake, it's like you're terrified and
Yeah.
for your life, and you might go crazy.
Like I'm kind of agitated right now, like just thinking about being in a room with a snake.
Quick sidebar. Nema, as the other person who's going to be dealing with this snake, do you deliberately try and get it to bite you as early on as possible?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd feel around with my hands. Be on my hands and feet, feeling around for that snake. Let it bite me. Okay, good. You're dead. Now I can find that antidote.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. If it
Or if you come across the antidote first, then hey, curl up in the corner, take yourself a nap. You got the antidote right in your pocket.
There you go. Yeah, if you're going to be in there for 24 hours, it's pretty likely it's going to bite you. So you just get it over with and you don't have the anxiety.
But you have the pain.
Well, you do have that, but
Pain is
How
weakness
big is
leaving
a
the body.
king cobra anyway? I'm going to Google it.
I mean, okay, if I was stuck, if they put me in a room with the snake, I would try to like find it right away too, so I wasn't on edge as well. But given the choice to not be in the room to begin with, yeah. Hey, are you gonna eat the snake when you're done? Because it doesn't tell you get food in this room.
it's one day.
Guys, this snake is like 18 feet long. According to Wikipedia.
Yeah, but they coil up into a small space, you know.
It's a big snake. I don't know if it's as easy as like bang bang kill it if it bites you.
What if you leave it alone and in that, what if you don't actively try and find it and in that time it gets the antidote? Like it knocks it over or breaks it or swallows it or something like that?
Then you're screwed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get your shit out of luck.
pretty much.
Oh man, you have to go after that thing right away.
See,
That's not survival, that's a race.
one you do not want to lose.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yee. Ugh. Anyway, moving on.
All right, MC88 says Ray hires a witch to put a hex on his ex-wife, Deborah. I'm glad we named the ex-wife here.
Why don't we just skip to the Just Bob questions? I mean, come on now.
I think we're going to try and get him back on. We were going to try and have him on as a regular guest, and a lot of things changed, and whatever. It was, on this end that things changed. But we had this great idea that we would have a regular segment called Uncle Bob Ruins Your Day. And
Yeah.
I think we might have to go back to doing that.
You might have to invite me back for that one.
Well,
It's a
yeah.
deal. MC88 says Ray hires a witch to put a hex on his ex-wife, Deborah. Without an H, in case you're wondering. A week later, Deborah breaks both of her legs. After finding out about the hex, Deborah sues Ray. Who wins?
Ray.
I mean, it sounds to me like Deborah loses.
It does. It sounds like she is
The
too
lawsuit.
broken. How'd she break her legs? Was she being a klutz?
I don't know. He doesn't specify.
MC, if you're watching this, you need to chime in because the way I see it,
Shouldn't have been standing
you
there.
shouldn't have been standing there. No. She broke her legs. Man, how are you gonna legally be like, it's because of this hex that he hired this witch? Did you follow her down the candy lane to her gingerbread house while you were at it? Like, come on, you know what I'm saying? It just sounds like unfortunate circumstances. What if she won the lottery and found out that, was she gonna like give him the winnings because he's got a bad witch? No, you know what I'm saying? Just maybe that's why she's the ex-wife. She sounds crazy.
Well, I mean, he's also a little bit crazy for hiring a witch
True.
in the first place.
See, that's what happens because he chose his family over his wife.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you rather be able?
You didn't. Nobody answered
Oh.
except for me. I said she was nuts.
I agree with you. I don't think there's any legal grounds on witch hexing, so I don't think she's gonna win.
You turned me into a newt. Not better. All right. Nema.
I gotta say, Ray wins this one. I mean, come on now. Who really believes in witchcraft in this day and age?
I don't think the judge does. That's for dang sure. What do you?
Oh yeah, Ray wins.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah. Not only does she have a bad lawsuit, but she has 2 broken legs.
That's true. That's unfortunate.
He's gonna just reschedule for a different location and. No, Too Much For You asks, would you rather be able to run at 100 miles an hour or be able to fly at 10 miles an hour?
I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I gotta go with the run in there too.
You know how many races you would
I know.
win and like how much prize money that is? This would be the new face
every
of-
marathon ever.
Yeah, right? Oh,
Screw that, my commute to work would be minuscule at that point.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you could run,
Prize money from my racing makes it so I don't have to work anymore.
and you could run like you wouldn't need to worry about driving a couple hours or whatever. You just like run there, and you'd be going as faster than a car on the highway.
Exactly.
Now, the downside is if you accidentally get into cross traffic, you're taking that car out with you.
It's true.
Well, who says you have to stick to the roads?
You are a pedestrian.
It's true.
You have the right of way.
I don't know if you've ever seen anything 100 miles an hour, but you're going into a tree if you're off the road.
Well, do you always have to top out? Can you just... What was the question?
On it.
Well,
You just like take a nice casual stroll at like 60 miles an hour.
exactly.
I'm power walking here, people.
Yeah, exactly. Have you guys seen that Prancer size video? Speaking of which, no? YouTube it. It's out of control. Imagine that at 60 miles an hour. Redonkulous. You'll thank me later once you watch this video. Okay. Anyways.
Starring.
Oh, last one.
Yeah, last one from Madge. Well, we started like 15 minutes late.
Oh, okay.
Last one from Madge. God, in his wisdom, has provided man with natural forks, his fingers. Therefore, it's an insult to him to substitute artificial metal forks for them when eating. Agree or disagree? Zach, you're first.
Oh boy. If we're being serious here, I don't know. I don't think it's an insult to use tools instead of your hands for everything, but I'm a big fan of eating with my hands when possible. So, sometimes I might use that as an excuse to eat things with my hands.
You should try that.
Just be like, come on, man, stop using silverware.
Yeah.
God gave us fingers.
Exactly.
This fork, spoon,
Yeah.
Knife.
Yeah. Exactly.
map.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like going from here to here. Right, when I'm coming home and
I ran there.
It took me like 3 minutes. No.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nema?
I'm not very religious, so you get down to the bare, the bare bones of it. People are, complain about. If you want to complain about me using a fork, there are about 10 billion people in China and Japan and all those other Asian countries you need to talk about using wooden sticks.
It's just not practical to do this. Hello.
Take the bowl, turn it, and then scoop it in.
What do you?
If I eat with a fork, I usually have a knife too.
He's so civilized.
I'm so civilized.
I can't stand it when I cut the kids' food with the fork and I just.
No, I don't mind if you do it. I just can't do it. If I'm gonna cut food, I want a knife. I don't want to use the edge of a fork. That's what a knife is there for. But I like eating with my hands just fine. And we have 3 young kids. I do a pretty good amount of picking food up with my hands anyway. But no, I don't think.
Picking it up off the floor, not picking it up off the plate and putting it in your mouth. Unless you're picking it up off the floor and then putting it in your mouth, then y'all two need to have a real discussion.
I sweep like 12 times a day. What? It's clean.
We do probably have in the time at any given meal before the first piece of food hits the ground, we probably have the cleanest floor in a good radius.
At least for people with small children. But I don't know, we like going to like Ethiopian restaurants and stuff where they don't give you silverware, they just don't. And so then you get to use your hands and stuff. That's nice though. I think it's fun. I don't think that it offends God.
No.
But yeah. I like to use my hands when I can. So anyway.
One more just to finish it off. Would you rather...
Don't do that one.
What, this one?
No, don't do it.
Oh, you do that one.
Good.
Would you rather be eaten alive by thousands of fire ants or be tickled to death through asphyxiation? Start with
I got to get the understanding of this one down. Tickled to death through asphyxiation.
Yes.
I don't understand
I'm laughing too hard? Is that what I'm getting at?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to understand the question. These are horrible ways to go.
It could be worse.
I feel like we should make this a staple question and ask it more often.
Why? No. You chose to be in a room.
Too many times people are going to prep it.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to do this question next week at all.
Hint, hint.
Wink, wink, wink.
God. You know what? I'll go with being tickled to death because at least I'll go out with a smile on my face.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. At least, you're laughing and having a jolly good time. You ever been bitten by fire ants? That's not awesome. I'm telling you what. When I was in Belize, I accidentally stood on some anthill, and I wasn't making that story up. We seriously waited for these people who said they were going to show up, and they never did. Ants galore. Good. So I'm getting tickled to death, and I'm going to be happy about it. Don't do that. That's not funny.
Zach, you're first. Or you're up.
I'm not really ticklish, so I don't know how much, I don't know how terrible tickling is. I've heard it's pretty annoying. But I have been bitten by fire ants, and it sucks. It's painful. And getting eaten alive by anything that takes that small of bites just sounds like a very slow and painful way to go. So I think I'd have to go with the tickling asphyxiation.
Except, wouldn't that just be obnoxious to you? You just have somebody touching you all the time, and you're like, ha ha, ha, ha 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 ha. You just feel like punch me and get it over with.
Until he ran out of pause and couldn't breathe anymore.
I know.
I would assume that in this situation I would be ticklish somehow. I wouldn't just have somebody touching my sides or something.
Maybe you'd eventually find it so absurd you'd just start laughing at it.
I just like laugh myself to death just to get it over with after like a week straight.
Uh,
Didn't it used to be like a form of torture that they would tickle them
yeah.
because it was like an easy recovery so that they could repeatedly do it? Wasn't that like
Ancient China.
yeah, ancient Chinese. So, anyways, I thought that was an interesting fact. Tickling used to be a form of torture. Man. Anyway. What are you doing?
Same thing.
Everybody's getting tickled to death.
Yep. Yeah, I think so. And on that note, if there's nothing else, I don't think there's anyone else.
Nobody said anything.
Nope. On that note, we'll call it, and we'll hit this stop broadcast button. So see everyone next week, and thanks for being on.
Yay!
Thank you.
Bye!